Pangea has really helped us grow our business. We recently, last year, hired 2 investment directors. That represents all of the investment directors in our energy team, so really significant hires for our business. What I was really impressed with is that we were only presented with about 4 candidates and we hired 2 of them. So it's a really high quality pool of individuals for us to choose from, which had already been screened, and so it was really efficient from our perspective. We weren't meeting lots and lots of candidates. I think it's been really helpful working with Pangea. I think Pangea has a lot of expertise in the energy infrastructure space, and that is really helpful for identifying the best candidates. I think it's also been really useful to get that sort of feedback on what market comparables are, on what's happening in the sector around just that sort of market intel being really plugged into the sector. That's really enriched our recruitment process, enabled us to target the right people at the right level, and to be relevant as an employer in this highly competitive market for talent. So I think the 2 things I would say that make Pangea stand out, the one thing I personally appreciate the most is when you get sent CVs, it's a much smaller pool of CVs that are much higher caliber. Working with other recruiters in the past, it tends just to be a large volume of less optimal and less good fit candidates. So I think that the primary thing is a much more efficient process, and when you're hiring, it takes a lot of senior people's time. It's a really important process in a people business such as ours, and so having an efficient process where that's been screened in advance is really, really useful. I think the other thing is the sector expertise and the knowledge, and genuinely understanding what's happening in our sector and where the best candidates are and what it takes to secure those candidates. So I think those would be the 2 things that really added value to our business. Yeah, I would absolutely recommend working with Pangea for hiring in the energy infra sector. I think the level of expertise and knowledge in the space, I think the breadth of candidates that we've seen and the real thought that goes into putting candidates forwards to maximise the use of senior people's time is really quite different from what we've seen elsewhere. I think the other thing that I guess is also validating of that is that when we speak to people we have hired, they also speak very highly of Pangea as well. So I think both from a candidate and also employer perspective, I think it's a really positive impact that gets made on both. The first impression that you have of us as a firm, actually in many cases won't actually be someone from our firm, it will be someone from the recruitment firm that we work with, and so it's really important for us that the recruitment firm we work with best represents us, and we think will make a positive impression, and so that's why we like to use Pangea.